Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate it. I am doing a giveaway once I hit 5,000 subscribers, so just make sure that you are subscribed and comment if you want to be in the running for one of those 2 free readings. Today we're asking, how attractive are you? Because that is the real important issue today. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Just take a moment and we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 1s. Hello, pile number 1s, my attractive and beautiful people. How attractive are you? Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands. Think you're attractive enough that like sometimes you're literally fighting them off. Just like, give me some space. The Hanged Man. And the Queen of Wands. Yes, you are male or female. You are somebody who is extremely desirable and sought after. You inspire a lot of passion and desire, which occasionally makes you feel a little bit like you just need to defend yourself. It also, even though I feel like you're generally a decisive person, I feel like you definitely take a pause regarding people just to, because you are so desirable. You definitely want to make sure that you're seeing things from all angles. You don't want, somebody who just wants you for your desirableness, but you want somebody who actually, you know, is offering something more substantial than just desire. How attractive are you? Two of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. And the Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you've definitely run into people who were very attracted to you and acted in a untrustworthy manner, which definitely led to you feeling a sense of lack, which again makes you really contemplate about letting anybody else in your life. But the truth is, people feel like you are somebody that they're lucky to have in your life. Like, you are somebody who's incredibly desirable. People feel like you're lucky to have in your life, but it does feel like you've run against people who were shady, people who, were users. So you are at the same time very desirable and closed off. How attractive are you? Page of Swords. Sorry, I just heard a little backing up noise and I wasn't ready for it. So Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Wands again, and the Hierophant. Okay. So with the Page of Swords, I feel like sometimes people like because you're so desirable, sometimes people are searching for information on you. Like there's sometimes people are, you know, want it's like they want to offer you something, but they almost don't know what to offer you. Partially again, because this Nine of Wands came out. It's like some people play hard to get. You are definitely hard to get, and I feel like you are because of hard past lessons. But with the Hierophant, you are somebody that does inspire a desire to commit. I feel like sometimes people do not know what to offer you, because you, again, very attractive, but you're very selective. Compassion. So with the compassion card, so I feel like despite this fact that you're always putting up some kind of defense, you actually really are a very compassionate person. How attractive are you? All right, you definitely, I think, you've run into a lot of untrustworthy people and dysfunctional situations. So I feel like you're only going, well, I feel like even on the best conditions, it's going to be hard for you to open up. But I feel like that there is this this opportunity for, luck and commitment and stability. Um, but you do need some discernment in your heart, and you should know that it's not that you're just attracting negative people. You absolutely are, but that's because you're attracting everybody. um and I feel like your internal focus, like you really need to listen to your internal wisdom. You definitely need to make sure that that you don't ignore any red flags. And I feel like you're definitely, you veered towards just cutting everybody out, which can be understandable. Um, but I feel like as long as you're not ignoring any red flags, you can actually really follow the wisdom in your heart. But you do, like, I'm getting that middle ground is hard for you. It's much easier for you to just, shut off completely. But you do have what it takes to be able to navigate things with the wisdom of your heart, but you do need to, clearly decipher who isn't worth your time and, you know, just get them out so fast, like cycle them out of your life. But yes, um, people see being with you as prosperous, like you're us. And this may not be something that you want, but you definitely, like, sometimes can be seen as like a prize. So that is something that, can be a very uncomfortable position. Um, but you are a very desirable catch. But since you are just so attractive, it is important that when you do let somebody let your guard down, which I feel like is very rarely down, you have to do it with discernment. So you are definitely just smokingly, amazingly attractive, just hot, hot, hot. But I feel like because of that, you don't you are definitely aware of being taken advantage of, because it has been something that has happened before. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away two as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment and you're in you're in the giveaway for that. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It all matters. I'm really appreciative, especially for everybody who's booking readings with me. Now to move on to my gorgeous, talented, super amazing pile number 2. So pile number 2 of my beautiful people. How attractive are you? The moon, you definitely have a mysterious edge to you. How attractive are you? Okay. So the moon, the 5 of cups, the 10 of wands, and the page of pentacles. So the moon is beautiful and mysterious. With the 5 of cups and the 10 of wands, I feel like you are definitely somebody who is willing to release things that don't serve you. So I feel like part of your attractiveness is actually because I feel like you're really willing to trust your gut, and you're really willing to let go of the past and work towards something for the future. So I feel like because of that, like you bring on a certain amount of fascination. As I take out the 7 of cups, the 7 of cups can be fantasy. So I feel like because people find you a little bit mysterious, they also fantasize regarding you. I feel to some extent it's like people are trying to fill in the blanks, which is funny because I feel like you are somebody that has a lot of integrity, and is a really good communicator. So at the same time, you may be very straightforward, and at the same time, it still doesn't matter. There is this wanting to delve deeper, knowing that even if you are very straightforward, that there's just so much below the surface. How attractive are you? Page of Cups. Well, with the Page of Pentacles, you're willing to start over. With the Page of Cups, like, you're willing. Page of Cups, you could be younger than a lot of your love interests, but I'm not necessarily getting that. I feel like you're very like you're emotional in your communication. Again, the moon is an emotional card. The Ace of Swords, however, is a very cerebral card. So it's you've got this mix of the cerebral and the mystical. And you are somebody who's really you're you have this great enthusiasm, and I feel like that also like people really with the Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands coming out, like people feel like you're very attractive. People feel like you're very honest, and people have like a fantasy life regarding you. How attractive are you, pile number two? Yeah, again, three aces, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Like you are attractive in the emotional, the physical, and the intellectual sense. With the Seven of Wands, do you kind of keep a, no, what I'm getting is that you, again, with this truth, with this, like you will really fight for what you believe in. And I feel like sometimes people, sometimes, yeah, like people definitely realize that you're deep, but sometimes people don't realize the depths until you come into some kind of, until there is something that needs to be fought for. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, again, like this came out in the first reading too. So this is like people feel like they're lucky to have you in their life. Again, the mystical, the spiritual, the intellectual. You have so much going on, and it's like at the same time. So in some ways, it's weird because you're straightforward, but you still keep people guessing. I feel like because you come at things in a very different way, and you're definitely willing to stand up for things whether or not that'll benefit you. And again, that is because of your past losses, that you have definitely like spent so much time moving on, but that's feel like at the same time you don't forget, like if you grew up say in poverty and you have since made good things for yourself, you don't forget where you were, what happened. Like you don't let it control you, but you also, it's like you don't forget the, like you we, can't speak, but apparently like I'm getting like you really care about what's just, especially with this Ace of Swords. And you've definitely had experience with injustice and have moved forward, and I feel like just because sometimes people like feel you're mysterious because you're so multidimensional. But with a golden crown is about that compassion. So you definitely don't forget to add the compassion. So you're just an incredibly impressive and kind person who this may be a deck of people who have a lot of insight, yeah, you guys might either get a lot of inspiration, or you also may be an intuitive. So with the don't panic, I feel like you are even tempered, but I feel like you're even tempered partially because of past experiences. I'm not sure if you were always that way, but it's like you have overcome a lot of things, and that's made you very even. Kind of like the knowledge, having survived, giving you the knowledge that you can survive. So you are a very fun and playful person. You're also somebody that people like to celebrate with. And again, you inspire a lot of passion. Again, you inspire with the Mars card. You're a fighter, and it's like whatever you think is right, whether you're going to lose something or not. Like you're definitely somebody who will take risks and to fight for what you think is right. Um, and at the same time, with this compassion that's in you, like people feel safe and at home with you. So you've got a little. You're both the lover and the fighter. And I feel like it's not like you're fighting everybody, but if you see something that's wrong, yeah, you are definitely somebody who, with the crowd, the people know that you are deserving of respect, and I feel like you demand respect. And people see you as a wonderful catch. People see prosperity with you. I mean, again, you have been harmed and hurt, and I feel like again, you may decide not to live in that, but you don't forget it. So I feel like you once people show you who they are, you believe them. Uh, like it's not that you don't give people a chance, but you don't give people. It's possible you might give somebody a second chance, but there's no third, fourth, fifth. There's no 10th chance. You kind of just believe who people show you that they are. And because of that, you're willing to drop the people who show you that they don't mean well, which you're still a compassionate person, but you're also not going to let people stay in your life if they don't mean you well. Because ultimately you're somebody who's very driven by self growth. And again, people feel like it's good fortune to have you in their lives. And I feel like that is the case, that you are somebody that brings goodness into people's lives. But I also get that people can that as compassionate as you are, that people can lose the privilege of having you around. So you're definitely not somebody who, yeah, like people may mistake your kindness for weakness, but only once. Yeah. And then at that point, they made their bed. So I want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate you. If for any reason you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away two as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment, uh, and then you'll be up for one of the two of them. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been booking readings, liking, sharing, subscribing. All of it matters. And I just want to say thank you so much. We're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number threes. Hello, my gorgeous pile number threes. How attractive are you? King of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So I feel like you are somebody who has a lot of emotional intelligence. You're somebody who comes from a sensitive feeling place. Um, but you can be a little bit self-protective of your emotions. With the Eight of Swords, I feel like when this comes in for a Am I Attractive reading, I feel like you don't really, you're in some kind of trap in your mind. Um, and it doesn't allow you to see how attractive you are. So as attractive of you as you are, you underestimate yourself. Because you are somebody that is very together, very independent, luxurious, beautiful, or handsome, like it, whatever adjective is most appropriate to you. Um, you are somebody that I feel like how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you, that there is a fairly significant gap. That you may be a little bit concentrated on your flaws while other people are seeing just that they're other people kind of see you as somebody to look up to, um, see you as somebody that really has their things together. The Nine of Pentacles is often represented by a beautiful woman, like, and it's like luxury, and it's stability, and it's independence. It's something like whatever situation that you choose to be in, it's going to become stable because you're in it. And you do come from this heart-centered place, even though I think that your those limitations that are in your mind sometimes, I think, are one of the reasons why it's hard for you to be more open. Now, often we get this way because we've had experiences, and we're trying to protect ourselves from future experiences, which may be the case, but the problem is some of the future experiences might be good. So, how attractive are you? Seven of Pentacles. You're somebody who is very nurturing, like you, and I feel like sometimes you're also somebody who's like, who gives but doesn't necessarily, but it's not necessarily for a return. Like you, again, because you're coming from this very heart-centered place, How attractive are you? Three of Swords. I do feel like sometimes this hasn't worked to your advantage, just because while it's a beautiful quality, not everybody will treat it with the kind of respect that it needs, that it deserves. So I feel like, again, you feel this block because of past heartbreak. So are you in the more of a of Swords energy? This is actually advice from Spirit. Spirit really wants you to make sure that you do set healthy boundaries. And then the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles came out. I feel like some of the healthy boundaries are around like somebody should be working with you. Like, yes, sometimes you have to give in order to receive, but if you have given and you find that it's a just one directional flow, you may have to reprioritize that person in your life. And it doesn't make you a cold or cruel person. Um, it just protects you from the people who aren't going to work together with you, because you are somebody who's definitely strong enough that they can stand alone. And you should only be adding people in your life who add value into your life. Now, there's nothing wrong with being being a giving person, but especially in your most intimate relationships, it's very important that you aren't just being taken from. With the Hierophant, you are somebody, regardless of whatever happened in past scenarios, you're definitely somebody that people admire and people would want to have a relationship with. You are definitely pretty premium relationship material. But again, you need to have healthy boundaries so you can cut out the people who aren't worth your time, because you're definitely not going to, um, you can definitely help people, but you can only really help people who want to be helped. Um, and there's a point where, you know, you can give without wanting, necessarily seeing what the return is, but if there is no return, there is definitely a need to, again, maybe reprioritize where you're putting your energy, because the return may not be in money, but like if it's not an appreciation or kindness or respect, you know that that maybe should be a short-term investment. But again, people really admire you. People see you as somebody that they could build a family with, have ultimate happiness with. Again, your commitment material, but you have your own internal block. And I feel like it might have to do with some kind of past experience, some kind of heartbreak. And just know that you can cut these bonds, you can get out anytime. And if you're in any kind of situation in which your needs and wants are not being considered or met, you can leave. I assure you, you are somebody, you're somebody that only gets better. Like, but there is a part of you that really needs to fully recognize your worth and believe. So I feel like you have to believe, no matter how amazing other people see you, you have to believe that you're good enough to be treated well. Because again, heartbreak is a real and honest issue with you. So just know that you are not stuck there, that you can move forward, that you are somebody who's an incredible catch, that you're good. Exact, like as soon as you take off the blindfold, that was probably like this. I'm not trying to, say that you're a fool, because often this is very conditioned behavior, especially if you've run into people who, like, if you constantly are not getting your needs met, sometimes on a subconscious level, we start believing that our needs aren't important or that we're asking for too much. But as soon as you are willing to take off the blindfold, willing to take yourself out of that prison, you're going to find so much clarity, because people know that you are somebody who is of value, who deserves to be respected. And I feel like you need to be on the same page with that, so that you take the offers that are given that are in alignment with that. Because sometimes if we only believe that we're deserving of one thing, sometimes that's what we accept. But you aren't somebody who's meant to accept less. You're somebody who is this amazing, wonderful catch. You're somebody that people really value, really see as, special, as individual, that people would definitely want to be in a relationship, which, like there's all this success about you. And the only real thing that is still keeping you back is your belief that you don't deserve more. So you definitely need to be able to speak from your heart. And if you're in a situation where you don't feel like it's safe, you need to take off those bonds and leave, because there are attachments and connections that are going to work with you, that are going to, quite frankly, worship you as the amazing person that you are. Um, so just know that you will come across connections that will be good fortune for you. That there is so much, yeah, that there's such a big gap between your perception of you and others' perception of you, and others' perception of you is very strongly positive. And you may have run into, quite frankly, not good people. We may all be human beings, but some of us skew towards the dark. Um, and you need to set clear and strong boundaries, so that you're both safe and respected and treated with the love and compassion that you really truly deserve. So I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If for any reason you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away two as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you are subscribed and you do comment. And thank you for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters, and I'm very appreciative of it. Okay, thank you. Pile number 4, my gorgeous darlings. How attractive are you? The hero of the Hierophant, the Strength card, the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry, not the Eight of Swords. It's the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups. People see you as somebody that they see you as marriage material. They see you as commitment material. They see you as somebody that is very strong, but also somebody who's very self-possessed. But you are somebody who has had to emotionally walk away from disappointments. And I feel like because you're so represented by strength, I feel like no matter what you've had to move past, you've done it with strength and grace. How attractive are you? And I say Eight of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords comes out. I feel like you don't fully understand how attractive you are. Um, and it may be having to do with these other rough things that you've had to go through and endure, but I feel like whatever you were letting hold you back, you're definitely not holding back anymore. You with the Ace of Swords, that's about clarity, that's about victory. That is what will get you out of this. So for some of you, there's somebody specifically in your life who wants to bring forward clarity to you. For the vast majority, I feel like you're somebody who's gone inside to cut through any of the things that don't serve you in your own internal landscape. Like anything that you've let be a limitation, you're realizing that you're not limited that way. With the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you are somebody who is stable, who's steady, who has a plan, who moves forward. How attractive are you? Um, and and you manifest this partially by being very emotionally even keel. I feel like maybe that's one of the reasons why you're seen as relationship material, a marriage material, because you are somebody who is very in control of yourself, and you are somebody who isn't at the mercy of like emotional ups and downs. You're somebody who's had your issues, found clarity and truth, and is bringing forward this patience and balance, um, and warmth and loving energy. So one of the things that makes you attractive is because you are somebody that absolutely has gone through difficulty, but you have remained very even, um, very truthful, very honest, very graceful, very, very grounded. How attractive are you? I feel like some of you kind of have kind of an angelic look. I was just getting that. I mean, I'm sure that's not all of you, but some of you, or maybe it's just the aura you give off is somebody that, this really kind strength with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're somebody who's steady, stable. You come forward with a plan, and you take the steps that you need to take. And you're also somebody who shows people with their actions that you care about them. With the King of Wands, yeah. And for all this even keel, emotional, it's like it's like it's like you do have this, passionate edge to you as well. You are somebody that exhibits leadership qualities. And I feel like this emotional even keel helps you with your inspiration, helps you be somebody that people would want to follow. Yeah, you have this charisma and this calm. And you're somebody again who shows people how they feel. And I feel like you do things in the time that you need to do them. Like there definitely is this confidence with the five of I feel like you are definitely willing to go against what other people are doing. Like if you're I feel like if you're very self-assured, so it's not like if everybody wants to go in one direction, it's not that you're definitely going to like because you're even keeled, you're not very reactive. But if you don't feel like that's the right direction, if you feel like that's chaos, that's not a good idea for you, you're also not going to participate. You may be this guy off in the corner. It's like, sure, you do that, but I don't need to be a part of it. Five of Swords. Interesting. Because I feel like you definitely you're calm, you're patient, you do have this fiery energy in you, but it's very tempered. Like you're somebody who has really found your inner strength and your confidence. So what is this Five of Swords? Because I'm not getting that you're really somebody who, will win at any cost. I mean, I feel like if anything, you know, you're like, yeah, you may sit on the sides and watch people, be foolish. But why is that two of okay, with the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords? I feel like as soon as you see something or somebody act in without integrity, you immediately um you immediately become conflicted by that person. I feel like that's not something you find acceptable. And again, you do have a backstory of pain and emotionally having to walk away from situations that are unfulfilling. So like I feel like you do very clearly you take a look out for cruelty, bad behavior. And again, like with the Five of Swords, often people put down the Three of like often people put down the Three of Swords, but they're still holding the Two of Swords. It's like it's that winning at any cost makes, you know, people conflicted about you. So like I feel like while you are very patient, I even will say forgiving, but motive means a lot to you. If people if people did something you know, because they, you know, had bad information or were just being foolish, 222 is the time on the clock, so that might be a significant number to you. But I feel like you do realize that there can be sadness and disappointment when everybody is really doing their best, but you don't stand by malice. I feel that that's a hard out for you. So with Limitless, I feel like one of the things that makes you so attractive is because you have had to face darkness. You've had to, you know, overcome your own whatever your demons are or were. You're somebody that has had to overcome and rise above and, you know, and find your inner balance and find your stability and really know who you are. So, in a lot of ways, you appear really limitless to other people because no matter what, you have you have continued to, you know, both rise to the both rise to the occasion and also exceed what anybody would have would have expected. And again, like you have this power, um, but it but you're not somebody who goes out for, you know, you're not somebody who's trying to show people how powerful you are. You're powerful in your self-assuredness, you're powerful in your passion, in your inspiration, and in your ability to stay even no matter what happens. Like you're attractive because you have made yourself healthy despite the disappointment and the sadness and all the things that you've had to deal with. Yeah, the pearl came out, and that's unsurprising. It's just because a pearl is made from grit, like something that gets caught, and over time, it just becomes refined. It's almost it's like the difficulties in your life. You've only let them become more refined, and it's like instead of letting situations define you, you let situations refine you. And you do have this beautiful, soft, kind heart. And I feel like that took a lot of I think that took a lot of effort to be able to recover kind of that level of vulnerability because I feel like that wasn't always a safe place for you to be. And again, why, you know, you're a hard out. Like, show me that you mean me harm, and that's all you needed to show me. And you're clear. You have this. It's like your metal has been tested, and all it did is made you clearer, stronger, And I'm not discounting, because I feel like you have definitely really had to, like, you've had dark nights of the soul. You've had things really fall apart. But these things, you haven't let them make you less. You've only continued to make yourself more. Um, so people feel, again, the healing card, and this is a healing thing, like people feel, I'm going to say inspired by you. People feel like you have a healing presence about you, especially since you're so strong and like so calm and kind. So you're somebody that people feel protected by. So good fortune, prosperity, like people feel like a connection with you is a is good fortune. People feel like a connection with you is prosperity. Um, and I feel like you are open to having connections that work together with you. You're like, I will do, like, you're definitely somebody who will bring all this benefit into somebody's life, but they do need to be somebody that's also, adding something to your life. You're definitely not looking for, you're not looking for a liability. You've already had to walk away from several of those situations. So you're either good with you, or somebody can come and bring something to the table so that they add some improvement to your life, because otherwise you're good with you. And people realize that you're very one of a kind. Like, people see your attractiveness, like that you definitely have, this passion. There is physical beauty here. And people realize that there is no other you, that there isn't an option of finding another you. um you you just are one of a kind, and if they want the benefit of you being in their life, then mostly it's not like you really have anything. It's just like, don't bring harm and pain in my life. And I feel like otherwise, you're definitely willing to be expansive, you're willing to be protective, but you aren't willing to do drama. If that's what people want, then you are not the right person, because you're gonna be even keel, and then somebody shows you that they're not that good of a person, and you believe them, and then you put your energy towards people who do treat you with that respect. But yeah, you're one of the things that makes you so attractive is this confidence, this um I feel like you're definitely physically attractive, but over and above that, it's really your essence that is the most attractive thing about you. That's the thing that makes you really unforgivable. Unforgivable, unforgettable. uh are you unforgivable? Oh, I feel like, again, like, you're definitely tired of giving people chances. So you are somebody who's comes in with their heart open, but even if you forgive them, you can do it from a distance. You're really not willing to bring cruelty in your life. That's a hard no for you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If for any reason you want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure you're subscribed and you comment, and you're in the running for that. Otherwise, just thank you, all of you, for booking readings, um, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It all matters, and I'm really grateful.